This program is brought to you by
a live crowd, a great venue, and great boxers. This is a statement being made by boxing in the Philippines. It's a return, if you want to call it, but we've never lost our flavor, our taste, our love for the sport of boxing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mano a Mano. We're going to have a great card here with us. Kenneth will help us explain this. We'll have 300 in the undercard, and of course, the main event, it'll be Llover against Concepcion of Panama. Hello, Kenneth. It's nice to be back with you in a boxing arena for a change.
Well, thanks very much, Seth Sarmenta. And yes, we are in a new venue, the Winford Resort and Casino, and we are expecting fireworks in this card.
Exactly.
We've got 4 fights lined up for you, a lot of interviews as well, for you to be able to know more about these fighters inside the ring.
We are, of course, on One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. And to our friends in Japan, konbanwa, domo arigatou gozaimashita. Travel TV ne, here we are, and we will go all English because we are going to be a little global. But we had talked to Jerry Peñalosa, the former world champion, before tonight, and Jerry's now been a very active fight manager and promoter, Kenneth.
That's right, and Jerry Peñalosa, we all know him to be a 2-time former world champion, someone who was given his life, his entire life, to the sport of boxing. And now he's taken on a new role. He's looking at bringing up boxers, not only from the Philippines, but also anywhere in the world who might be able to come up to become, well, maybe the next Manny Pacquiao or the next Jerry Peñalosa. In tonight's card, we will be seeing someone who is a rising star in the sport of boxing in the Philippines, someone who's being taken care of by Jerry Peñalosa. And we all know guidance so important in guiding a boxer's career.
And you know, if somebody who has that experience, the technique, and of course, Jerry has been described as one of the most proficient technical fighters ever to fight in the ring. And now, Mano a Mano, this is one of his promotions. It's good that we have It's hard to get promotions around in the Philippines now with tickets, but we have a good-sized crowd here today. And let's go through the fights. This is our undercard, Kenneth.
That's right. This is the first fight. This is a 4-rounder in the super featherweight division. This is a fight between 2 MMA fighters, Balikasan versus Pacquiao, both of them making their professional debuts. But you know, it's going to be very interesting to find out how both these MMA fighters can, well, traverse the world of professional boxing. This is a very different sport, different discipline, different dimension, different tactics to be employed in international professional boxing as against MMA.
Different nuances, of course, and you have to control some tendencies and motions that you used to do in MMA that you cannot do in professional boxing. The other bout is a 6-rounder. We've got Teodoro Atienza, who will go up against Sherwin Lombres.
This is a lightweight fight. As you mentioned, this is a 6-rounder. Atienza, interesting boxing career. His first fight was a loss, but he has come back to win 2 straight fights. His record is 2-1. Those 2 straight wins and fights for Atienza came by way of knockout. And he's up against someone who has a 3-1 record, Lombres, who's coming off 2 straight losses. It's going to be a big test here for Atienza to find out whether he can hurdle Lombres.
We have an interesting mix of up-and-coming fighters, some making their pro debuts here, and up against some grizzled veterans. We have another fight. We have Ken Danila, who will go up against John Lawrence Ordonez. These are a little more grizzled in terms of veterans. One is undefeated, actually.
Well, Danila, we all know that he also is from the Jerry Peñalosa stable. His record is 5-0 with 4 knockouts. and he is also a rising star in the stable of Jerry Peñalosa. But up against Ordoño, who has had a journeyman career. Let's find out whether Ordoño can put up a test here against Danila.
Okay, and the main event, of course, it's the Philippines against Panama. It's a 10-rounder. We had a lot of fun teasing our Filipino boxer. Why is he called Lover Boy? And that's the reason why. That's his name. He's going up against a two-time former world champion.
This is an acid test for Llover. We all know that he's undefeated. He is the reigning Oriental and Pacific Boxing Federation bantamweight champion, and his record is 14-0. He's got 9 knockouts and 4 first-round knockouts, but he's up against a former 2-time world champion, someone who was ruled the super flyweight and the flyweight division, and Luis Concepcion of Panama. You know, when he turned pro back in 2006, Llover was only 3 years old.
Okay.
So you can see the difference not only in age but also in experience. Concepcion has had a total of 51 fights. Llover has had a total of 14 fights. Concepcion is 39 years old, while Llover is 22 years old. It's going to be age versus experience. It's going to be youth versus veteran smarts as far as Luis Concepcion of Panama is concerned.
And some disparities, some differences, but all that will come to fore when we climb the Mano a Mano ring right here after these.
This program is brought to you by
Madam, did you hear that?
The what? There's something about the Winford experience? I want to find out! Welcome to Winford Resort and Casino Manila.
Every spin, every roll, every moment, someone wins. It's not just about the wins, it's how we make you feel. Come and create your winning moment.
Itong part na to.
Okay po.
Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
Playtime! Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%.
taas nun, ha?
Swerte sa akin ng Playtime. You're welcome!
This program is brought to you by
We welcome you back to the Winford Resort and Casino, and we would like to welcome back, in a way, to Philippine boxing, Alex Ariza, who has been a trainer of world champions. Of course, he's worked with Manny Pacquiao and all our other champions. What has brought you back here to the fight game?
Well, I think for sure it's Kenneth Llover, without a doubt. No, I was just here. I was retired, enjoying my best life here in the Philippines. And Jerry approached me with this opportunity, and I'm completely honored to be able to step in and do what he's asking.
And you have worked with Jerry before, way back.
Yeah, Jerry was one of my first Filipino fighters back when I was started with Wild Card. And I moved here a couple years ago. We started discussing things about the boxing game here in the Philippines. And I just think there's so much talent here that's just untouched but the problem is we have to have somebody who's going to look out for the fighters, not just sign the fighter, but look out for them from beginning to end.
Okay, Quinito?
Alex, we've known each other for a long time, but it's nice to see Philippines on your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we know that you're from Bogota, Colombia, and you were a baseball player in San Diego State. You took up kinesiology over at Syracuse, New York.
Yeah.
But Alex, Seb asked you what brought you back to boxing. I know that you've seen a spark in the career and in the talent of Kenneth Llover.
Yes.
You've worked with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, a multitude of world champions. What have you seen in Llover that sort of maybe can tell you that he could be a future world champion?
I don't, you know, it's one of those things when you see a fighter and you want to see and believe what you feel. So I had to go out, to be honest with you, and start asking some of my other colleagues and friends, hey, what do you think about this fighter? What do you? And everybody jumped in. It was like, he has it. He has the looks. He's a humble kid, funny kid. Obviously, he's a very talented kid. But I'll be straight with you. I saw him fight a year ago, just like a tune-up. He was sick. He still showed up, and he went 10 rounds. And sick, and it was back and forth all night. He gave and took all night. And when you see something like that, that's hard. That's something you can't give a fighter. That's something, and he just never gave up all night long. And right there, I said, yeah, I told Jerry, that kid's got it. That kid can do something.
Alex, tell us about your training style. I remember many, many years ago, you talked about HIIT. Exactly what does that mean? And are you applying HIIT in the training and the strength and conditioning of Kenneth Llover?
Well, HIIT is just basically an acronym for high-intensity interval training system. So Kenneth, as probably all Filipinos do, they have that Manny Pacquiao influence. But not everybody can imitate that, clearly. But he has that movement, he has that speed, he has that power. We just need to harness it and just try to attack all his strengths and then focus on those weaknesses and hopefully develop and cultivate another world champion.
Alex, Filipinos love to eat, and we are crazy about eating. How is that a challenge when dealing with boxers, with Filipinos? What kind of discipline do you impose to manage weight for boxing?
Well, in our case now with Penalosa Promotions, Jerry has, fortunately, he's given us all the resources and funding to bring all the people that I've used in the past to help Kenneth. So it's about being